Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics, Known Classics. This is episode number 32, 34, Doubleshot, 31, 28. Usagi and the Turtles. First up we have is Usagi Yojimbo, Volume 39, Ice and Snow. This actually was the first trade of, Stan Sakai returned to Dark Horse. This was a 5-issue miniseries. That, I think it was 5 issues. 5 issues. That in the comic are known as Usagi Yojimbo issues. This is, of course, the latest number for this book, issues 270 to 274. This story apparently picks up right where the IDW run left off, which I've only reviewed one trade for that one, that being Tank War. Yes. I will eventually review more of this stuff, because, in all honesty, there's not really a lot left Usagi after this, for trade-wise. For the main series, well, there is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of the main series, there's basically 11 left, plus the Legends. That's more like 12. Yeah, I'd say about 12 more books left to go. So I got a little while to go, not much. So, Ice and Snow, the first mini-series back under Dark Horse. This is Usagi traveling with his son. Yes. Now, of course, they know each other, father and son. Like, Usagi knows that this kid is actually his son. This probably picks up over the Green Dragon story, which is the IDW run. And also, I should point out, though, the interior of this book is published in color. Yes. My guess is that Stan Sakai must have brought his colorist from IDW, so he brought him over here. Yeah, so, because probably he worked with the guy in IDW, IDW probably requested, like, hey, if you're going back to Dark Horse, take this guy with you. You probably have nothing else to do, so, yeah, so, I think his name is, Yoki, I think his name is, the one who's basically Usagi's son. I remember the kid's name begins with Y. Oh, it's actually his cousin. Yokichi, I thought it was his son. So basically, Usagi and his cousin, not his son, his cousin. It's called Ice and Snow because basically in the snow region, possibly the anime version of Japan. And of course, he says like, ooh, he meets the innkeeper. He's like, welcome to her. Ooh, she's like, ooh, she's beautiful. He thinks like, thank you. Brr. And we see Jai here, one of the villains of the series. think it's Kikyo. For some reason, Jai is with her. For some reason. Yeah. So, and of course, G deals with all this air stuff here. And of course, then they proceed to leave, like. And of course, give guest spots. So, yeah. They sleep, and then apparently, like, oh yeah, the innkeeper is actually some monster. Yep. Yeah. Yuichi, wake up! And tries to kill the woman, who is actually a monster. I think it's like a snow woman, so then he proceeds to set the woman's hair on fire, and she runs away. Yeah, then she just falls on the snow. Then she is woken up by a flute and food. So we see G apparently has hypnotized her. And more people in this pilgrimage. Oh crap, I hope this doesn't go out. Yeah, then they wake up next morning like Usagi just feeds him and like, I am Yoki Ona. I know what you are. You are concerned of mine. Everyone. I have countless such warriors. Yorichi Usagi, they come to my home. We fought. Usagi, he's one I seek. It was he who burned me. He killed me more than once. Where is he? No, they are mine to feed upon. I shall regain my strength. Feasted for them. I need more, much more. I give you all the souls for Usagi. What? Yes. And then, of course, she proceeds to feast on all the followers of G. Yep. A yokai. Why? First time in, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and of course, basically, G just ends up, yeah, fighting his own men, and of course, again, nothing, and of course, she tries to absorb G. He's like, nope, nothing. And then she gets killed by G. The blade of the gods. Yep. So they wonder, and of course they arrive at the hut, but he's already gone. Yep. And these two knew nothing. They apparently decided to take their little wraps, basically little coats. Yeah, and he also G is and he ends up confronting him. And fight in the snow, which is awesome. By the way, Usagi is not wearing his sandals like you know he would. He's actually wearing these special shoes because it's actually pretty cold outside. So he battles G for a while. And of course, G tries to consume Usagi. Let go, and of course G gets trapped in the ice. Then they arrive in their village. And they're at a village. Yep. And of course they're exhausted. Sweet. Of course, samurai. Have it delicious. And they sleep like, okay. Oh, they're and collapse asleep. Most exhausted hurt. And of course they try to take the sword, but nope. Usagi is very smart. It's like, don't take this. Like, you see injuries. Yep. Yep, so more crazy stuff, and then of course apparently that the people in the village at night are freaking demons. Like, what the heck? More demons? And apparently the whole town is like this too. Yep, and they take all of them out. Man. Just been honest lives. It was not good. I can't even, yeah. And away from these mountains. Yeah, really good stuff here. And great return from Usagi to Dark Horse Comics. This book is awesome. I give it a 10 out of 10. Yep, next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. Volume number 4. This book collected issues 13 to 16 of TMNT Adventures. The stories are The Final Conflict, Leave Heaven All to Me, All, The Howl, Distinct Shadows, and The Dredging Ocean Blue. There's the cover for this thing here. By the way, the cover for these issues is done by Jim Lawson. I met him. Cool guy. So in comics, this was like a stage thing. We have more of the Space Cow kind of appearing here. More 87 hygiene comedy Seuss. We have Raphael still in his little stealth suit. Yeah, he does. He actually takes it off by issue like 50. He finally takes it off, which I'm like, why'd you put it on to begin with? And then this sorceress brings in Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, and the Krang. Excuse me, Krang. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and then of course they run into the Space Cow, which transports them to South America. Yep, we go to South America for an issue. We run into someone called Jaguar. Yes, a Jaguar. Yep, a Jaguar mutant. That's basically what counts are here for this issue. It's like, yeah, because they're in Brazil for an issue, because why not? Really fun aspect issue this was. And also they run into April O'Neil, who Mikey is basically like hearts at her. Yes. Also, for some weird reason, the artist decided to make Mikey like a freaking bodybuilder. Like, what the heck is this? Yep. So, yeah, the turtles are drawn like this, and then like we issue an issue where a guy thinks he's Claw from Inspector Gadget. Yeah, and we continue on in the very next issue, still in South America. Yeah, we're still issue 15. Where Raph is basically slowly slipping out of his stealth suit that he's wearing. Yep, finally get a ticket off for this issue. Doesn't put it back on. I don't think he does. So, and of course Donatello breaks his staff again. Yeah, because I think in the show, I think it was in this one here, that he had, I don't know, I think in this one he does keep his wood, because I think in the 3 show he makes it metal. So yeah, Mr. No, a guy thinks he's using his claw, and in 16 they're actually out of South America, and we cut. Actually, no, they're actually still in South America. So yeah, they eventually finally get out of the country, onto the beach. How they get out of there. So we have Raphael puts on this stealth suit again. Of course, they go surfing. and they go diving with more turtles, and yeah, then they visit with Mr. Manta Ray. Yes, a Manta Ray, and fight more stuff here. And then they end up on another island. Yep. You're thinking, wow. Barely appearance by Shredder and Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang. Yeah. This is interesting to say the least. Not terrible, just interesting. I give it roughly a 8.5 out of 10. Yep, so yeah, that's particularly it, particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, notifications. Next up, more Doctor Who. Okay, thanks, Bill.